I feel like it's going to be a good call just because I was already real straightforward with you. So I don't have, there's nothing, it's going to be a real conversation. So this is, there's 5 reasons why people get started with this act. So the first reason is that they don't like what they do. Okay. The second reason is that they don't make enough money. Sometimes people like what they do. They're a teacher, a preacher, or something that they love, an engineer, but they just don't get paid enough. So they need to make some extra money. The third reason, this is why I got started, and I kind of explained this to you on our first call. I didn't understand anything about money. And when you learn that you don't know anything, you have two options. What are they?
To learn it or just to continue about your life without ever knowing it and then just being in the same pit hole you were in.
And what do most people choose of those two
The
options?
second option.
That's not me. I'm not that guy, right? There's how many
Right.
people say they want to be healthy?
It's too many, but nobody take action.
Exactly. How many people are in the gym every day, right? How many people say they want to be wealthy and then they go work a job that has no chance of ever making them wealthy? So this is important. This is why I got started, because I wanted to learn. I stayed because as I started learning this, I started sharing it, and it's some of the most important information I ever learned. What I'm going to share with you today, and I like sharing it with people. And then if they do something with it, great. And if they don't, that's on them, right? And then
Right.
the last reason is to build your own business. I've worked in corporate for a long time, and I would say that's not the best route to get to your dreams. If achieving your dreams are important, going and getting a job is most likely not going to get you there, at least as far as the percentages show. Right? Can you see how somebody could be interested in for one or multiple or even maybe all 5 of these?
Right. Yeah.
Perfect. So the first thing, this is the first concept that's really important. It's called financial independence. When you hear the term financial independence, what does that mean to you? How would you, Axel, define financial independence?
I would say probably being able to know what you're doing with your money, know where your money's going, and know how to work it.
Okay, it's a pretty good answer. It's more than that. You want to try again? You want me to tell you?
Uh, no, tell me.
So the definition when they asked me, Axel, what I said financial independence was I wanted to pay my bills on time. I wanted to not have any debt. I wanted to be able to go out to eat. I wanted to buy my kids the kind of clothes and food and shoes that they needed and wanted. And vacations were important to me also. So I just wanted to be able to live comfortably, not worrying about where my next check came from. Does that make sense?
Right.
That's not financial independence either. Okay, so what I learned, this is huge. This is very important that you understand this. Is financial independence occurs the moment your passive income exceeds your living expenses.
Okay.
Okay, so there's two ways to make money. You can make money actively and passively. Are you familiar with the difference?
Yeah, can I get a refresher on
Yeah,
that?
absolutely, man. I appreciate your honesty. I didn't know what it was either. So active income is all the money you work for, Axel. You can forgot, where did you say that you worked at before?
Retail?
Yeah, so you can go, what did you do in retail?
Stocking?
You can go stock shelves at Walmart, right? You can
Right.
go cut hair. You can get your barber's license and cut somebody's hair. You can go sell a house as a real estate agent. You can go be an electrician. You can go drive a truck. You could be a doctor. You could be a lawyer. You could be an engineer. You could be a janitor. You could do all sorts of different things, Axel. But if you trade your time for it, you could do what's it called? E-commerce stuff now, right? But if you're
Mm-hmm.
on the computer selling stuff and if it takes your energy, then it's active income, okay? Passive
Okay.
income is all the money you make without working for it. All right.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
financial independence is when you make enough money without working for it to cover your lifestyle. Now, there's two ways to make money passively without working for it. What are they?
Money, having a business that works for you, people
Yep.
working for you, stocks.
Exactly right. Good job. So one is to have people working for you. You got a business. You buy a McDonald's and you hire a whole bunch of people. The McDonald's owner never flips a hamburger. He doesn't fry fries or shake shakes, but he
Hmm.
makes plenty of money because he has other people doing the work.
Hmm.
Or you can buy stocks, bonds, crypto, land, real estate, whatever you want. You can invest into things that make money for you, and then your money works for you, right?
Absolutely.
Now, if you don't get people working for you and or money working for you, what do you get to do for money forever?
Work for it yourself.
Do you want to have to work forever?
Nobody wants to have to work forever.
I don't want to either, but how many people understand how to make passive income and how many people are making any passive income?
Too many.
Not many.
Oh, not many?
Do you think a lot? How much money are you making without working?
None.
How many people do you know making a whole bunch of money without working?
Not too many. Yeah. It proves it proves your point. Yeah.
right? So how many people are going to ever be financially independent if they don't start making some money without working?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
why don't
No
they, how
one.
come they're not making money without working?
How come they're not making money without
Yeah, how
working?
come I never made any money without working when I was growing up? Because the reason is because I was told to go to school, get a job, and work. And if I wanted more money, get a better job, or get another job, or
Hmm.
go. Nobody told me, if you want to be rich, go make a bunch of money without working for it. That seems weird.
Yeah, 'cause nobody thought about that. Nobody ever dug
Exactly. And
into
they
that.
don't want us to know that. So, financial independence is my first concept. I want you to understand that financial independence is not financial dependence, is where most of the country is. Okay. This means they need somebody else to help them. They need Social Security. They got to live with their parents. They need to take credit card loan. They can't do it on their own. They need help. Got it?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Financial stability is what I thought financial independence was, and kind of like what you said it was. It's when you have enough money to live the life you want to live and you can do it on your own.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
financial independence means you have enough money coming in. You don't have to work if you don't want to. If you want to work, you can, but you don't have to. Axel, I call it job optional. Okay,
Job optional. All
how's
right.
that sound?
Sounds pretty good.
Would you
Yeah.
like to not have to work if you didn't want to?
Of course, just like anybody else would.
That'd be great. But do you think having everybody wants to do that, right? And how
They
many
do.
people have a plan to not have to work someday?
Uh,
What percentage of the population do you think ever gets to the point of not having to work one day?
like probably 10% or less than
Maybe that. And
Yeah,
of the 10% that get to a position to not have to work one day, how many of them get to do it by having a job?
probably less than 5%.
Yeah, nobody does. It
Yeah,
just doesn't work out that way. And this is important as you keep on saying, well, everybody would want it. Everybody does want this stuff. Everybody says they want it, but just like the health thing, everybody says they want to be healthy and nobody
but
goes to the gym. So do they really want it or do they just say they want it?
they just talk, but they don't do.
See, that's huge. That's really, really important that you understand that there's lots of people. I talk to people every day that say they want to be financially independent. Oh my gosh, that sounds great. And then they're not willing, they want to go get a job. Okay, remember you got to get some passive income. Your job ain't paying you no passive income. You have no opportunity ever to make any passive income there. You just told me you don't understand how investing works and you don't want to open up a business. So do you really want to be financially independent? No. Here's what my problem is, Axel. I believe this. I believe that people they don't say things that they want. They say things that they think other people want them to do. They say things that sound good to other people. I want to open up a nonprofit. I want to go on a mission trip. I want to go donate more to my church. I want to go. Okay, then go do it. If you wanted to
Right.
do it, then you
Yeah.
would tell me about the trip you just got back from or how you just finished serving at the food bank. But you telling me you want to do that tells me you don't want to do it. That's why I like to go find people at the gym because if I go meet somebody at the gym, guess what I learn?
You'll most likely find someone more disciplined.
Exactly. And but most likely, almost always, because they're at the damn gym, especially if I saw them yesterday,
Right. If you saw
right?
them the day before.
And
Yeah.
then some people say financial freedom is financial independence, and this is having mansions and Lamborghinis and Ferraris and beach
Yeah.
houses in France, right?
Yeah.
So this is most people aren't there. Most people here's the problem is most people are shooting for this is what they want, but then you end up here and if you at least understand this, now you put a higher target which allows you to maybe not get there, but at least you
To
get
work towards it.
exactly
Yeah.
right. Okay, how hard is it to hit a target if you don't know where the target is?
You can't, you'll never know where you go. I
You can't
mean,
hit it.
all right.
And you're how old are you?
18.
18 years old. Watch this. You're 18 years old. How old do you want to be when you can work if you want to, but you don't have to? You're financially independent, job optional.
I'd say like maybe 25.
That's pretty sweet. You got your work cut out. How much money you plan to make this year?
Uh, I mean, you know, 50 grand. Let's put it at a low for right now.
Okay. And then let's say you can live on 50 grand. Okay. How much money do you have saved for retirement so far?
Not much.
$100, $1,000, 5,000
100
bucks,
bucks, 100 bucks.
$100. Okay. So your financial independence number is $1.4 million. But for you to be able to not have to work at age 25, that means this is going to pay you $50,000 a year for the rest of your life, all the way till you're 85. You need to have $1.4 million by age 25, which means you only got 7 years to get there. And in order to get there, if you invest, you need to either save $15,000 per month at 3%, 13,000 at 6%, or 12,000 at 9. So you need $12,000 per month going into an account with your name on it for you to be able to be financially independent by 25. 25 is extremely ambitious. Okay. That's a very, 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 very ambitious goal to be able to not work by 25. If you're going to not work by 25, Axel, investing to get there, $12,000 a month probably ain't going to happen. But what you do have the ability to do, especially here, is build a business of people working for you that pay you that $50,000 a year, and then you don't have to work. This calculator shows money working for you, not people working for you, because there's you can't really calculate that with a calculator.
Right, right. Actually, I like this. I've never seen this before. Can I
Whenever
like
you
put this down somewhere or just like,
we'll talk again. I'll show you a whole you're going to learn a whole bunch that you never saw before. That's the purpose of this meeting, is for me to provide value to you, to show you why you would want to maybe work with me.
Mhm.
Fair.
Right.
So financial independence is when your passive income exceeds your living expenses. You can work for your money or you don't have to. You'd rather not work for your money. When you make enough money, not working for it to cover all your bills, all your living expenses, all your everything, you're financially independent. On a
Yep.
scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your desire to be financially independent?
10. I mean,
A
higher
10.
than 10.
Absolutely. Now, are you going to do the stuff necessary to get there? That's for you to prove. So that's concept one. You feel good about it?
Yep.
Here's the
Yep.
second one. Okay. There's four ways you can make money. You can either work for somebody else, you can work for yourself, you can have other people work for you, or you can let your money work for you. Which one of these, which one do most people choose to do out of these four? Because you can do all four, but most people choose one. Which is it?
Self-employed, just no, just employee.
Yeah, most people choose to get a job, right?
Yeah.
And why do most people choose to get a job, Axel?
To make money.
But why don't they choose to build a business or to be an investor or to work for themselves? Why do most people choose this one?
Um, Laziness. They
Yeah,
don't
they
know how to
will.
start. They don't know how to do it, or they don't know, or they just feel like it's too much work.
Yes to all those things. You want to know why I think it is?
Hmm.
I think it's because we've been brainwashed. I think this is what the school system has taught you for your 12 or 13 years that you were in school. They've been
Oh
telling
yeah.
you, go to
Yeah,
school,
no, I
get an
agree with that.
education,
Yeah.
get a degree, get a good job at a good company with good benefits to go live your dream life. Axel, you're going to get a good job. Where do you work? Where's your job? Where do you work? Everybody ain't talking about what kind of business are you building. Want to build a business with me? Want to do this? Like, some people want to be self-employed, but most people don't decide to be self-employed until after they've been employed and they learn how much having a job sucks,
Right.
right? So
Right.
most people choose to get a job because this is just what we've been trained. This is what I did for 20 years. Do you know why I did it?
Because
That's what
you
I
were
was told to
brainwashed
do.
into it.
This is
Yeah.
what I thought I was supposed to do. I went and got the degree. I got the raises. I did the corporate. I climbed the ladder, all that. Not, I did it because that's what only thing I knew how to do. Where I'm from, guess how people make their money?
Businesses.
No, they have a job. That's
Ah,
where I'm
okay. Yeah, that was a
from.
trick.
People have jobs. How do people
Yeah.
make money in your town?
Jobs.
And
Job.
all of them. In most towns in America, how do people make their money?
Just working corporate, just
They go to
jobs.
work, right? So this is what I did. And then I met a guy who showed me how I could get licensed in this space to be self-employed, to work for myself, to learn how money worked, to be able to help people with investments, listen, there's two ways to make money actively, right? This is an honest question, Axel. It's not a trick question. Who would you rather work for, me or you?
Me.
I'd rather you work for you too. You want to know why?
Why?
Because that's what my business is my business is teaching people how to not have a job, how to learn to work for themselves. This is the hardest part of business, Axel. Working for you is the hardest part of business, because you got to show up when you say you're going to show up. You got to call and set appointments. You need to go figure out how to put applications on LinkedIn, or how to go talk to people places, or you got to go figure out how you're going to find you some business partners or some clients, depending on what you're looking for. And nobody tells me, hey, Matt, you got to go call some more people today. You need to go
Right.
meet with this guy, Axel. I have my own calendar every single day that tells me what I need to do, and it's my responsibility to fill my calendar. Nobody does
Oh,
this. I don't
yep.
gotta. I don't gotta go to work at 7 till 3. or 8 till 5. I don't need to, I don't, and if I don't want to work some days, I don't have to. I can call and cancel an appointment if I want to. I need to get a haircut tomorrow, and I got to find time in my calendar to put that on my calendar so that I can be, we got an event on Friday that I need to look right for.
Right.
Understand?
Right.
Okay. So you can work for me or for you. You said you'd rather work for you. I'd rather you work for you too. If you can learn how to do this, then you can make some money working for you. If you can't learn how to do this, you need to go get a job. Okay.
Yep.
Is that fair?
Yep. Yep. It's
And
fair.
if you can learn this, Axel, if you can learn this, watch how cool this is. Then you can have a business, and your business can be like my business, teaching people to go from here to here. That's what my business is we teach people how to not have to have a job, how they can work for them. And what we do for work is we teach people how this one works,
Investments.
right? We help people learn how money works. We help people with estate plans, wills, mortgages, investments, insurance. We do all sorts of different stuff in the investment world to help people make this is one of the most lucrative industries in the world,
Right.
right? But
Right.
you got to learn how to do it yourself. Now, the beauty of the business is we let you start here risk free. It's basically you can basically start here with no risk. It's less than $100. You got to
Wow.
pay for
Okay.
a license, right? And then if
Yep.
you can do it, great. And if you can't, at least you know you can't do it, and you need to go get a job,
Right.
right? So this is how we. So there's two ways to make money actively, right? And there's two ways to make it passively. And I only knew how to make it one way actively, and I would say this way is better than this way. Would you agree with that? That this is better than this,
Oh yes, absolutely.
right? And these are both better than either of these, right?
Right. Obviously.
But
Yeah.
check this out. But then I learned that 90% of the people are over here and only 10% of the people are over here,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And Axel, that made me feel a little bit better because at least I wasn't the only one on the wrong side. I was just
Right.
doing what everybody else was doing. But when I learned this was an option, I thought, hey, this would be nice to get on this side someday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I
Mm-hmm.
really realized I wanted to be on that side because 90% of the money's over here.
Of
So we
course.
got
Yeah.
90% of the people fighting over 10% of the money while 10% of the people control all the money. Ain't that
Absolutely.
crazy?
It is.
Want to know what's more crazy? Listen to this. These people don't only have all the money, they got all the time because these people figured out how to get these people to work for them. So these people don't even have to go to work every day because they got these people going to work for them to make their money. And then and if they don't understand money, they hire somebody to grow their money for them, or they learn how money works and then they invest their money themselves. So not
Right.
only do they have all the money, but they have all the time and the money because they got the people working for them. So they got the time and then they got the money to make more money. And that's why
Absolutely.
they got all the money because here we are working to pay their bills.
Right.
Ain't
Right.
that a bitch?
Yep. It is.
Ain't that terrible?
It's horrible.
And
And
the
that's why most
society,
people
this
get
is what
stuck.
society tells you to do is go do this all day long.
And that's why people get stuck and they don't know any other way.
And that's why 80% of people are living check to check and 70% of people don't have $1,000. And most people aren't prepared for this. That's what I'm going to tell you about now. Okay. So this is you feel good about all this? There's two financial independence. Would you rather be on the right or the left?
The right.
Okay. You got a plan to get on the right? You got a whole bunch
Um,
of people teaching you how to go be on the right side?
Not a
Is
whole
that
bunch
every day
now.
when you wake up in the morning, does somebody say, "Hey, Axel, member, bro, here's how we're going to build our business. Here, you got to get this investment right." Nobody's doing
Hmm.
that for you.
No
I'm
one.
applying for that job. Okay.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
applying for the job to help Axel get on the right side of the equation.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. You let me know if you want me to help you. Now, check this out. The definition of a business is to find a need and fill it. Okay. If you have a product or service that people need or want, you have a good opportunity for business. Fair?
Fair.
People like coffee, and Starbucks is full every day, right?
Yeah.
If there's a hurricane, it's a good opportunity for the people that do roofs, right? If it's a
Hmm.
pandemic, it makes for a good opportunity for the vaccine companies. You get
Right.
what I'm saying, right?
It does. Yeah.
If there's some problem and you got a solution to a problem, you got a good opportunity for business, okay?
Hmm.
So I'm going to show you the problem we have with money, okay? So most people need to make more money. Their inflation is causing over half of Americans to consider second jobs, right?
Hmm.
95% of people say they can't keep up with the cost of living. Yeah, you're only 18. I don't know how much shopping you do, but shit's expensive.
It does. No, it is. Yeah.
It's very expensive now, right? Most people can't pay their bills. Have you ever heard of the debt clock before?
Debt clock.
The US debt clock? Watch this. Here's the debt clock. Okay, this is a real-time running budget of our country's finances.
Oh my goodness.
You see here where it says usdebtclock.org up top?
Yeah.
You see, if I put my finger over any of these other numbers, it changes and it tells me what this number is and where it comes from.
Yeah.
You see that
Yeah.
up top? How it says
Hmm.
there are two main types of state bonds, and then there's this source is the U.S. Census on the bottom part.
Yes, I do see that. Yep.
You see that? So here's what's important is we're $38 trillion in debt. You see how fast we go 100,000 dollars in debt quicker than you can say we go $100,000 into debt.
Yeah.
Right? We're paying $5 trillion in taxes. They're spending $7 trillion per year. They're almost spending 2 trillion more per year than they're getting. But here's the problem. The Constitution says we the people. You heard of that before?
I have.
That means that we are the country. The government's not the country. We are the country. More people need to learn this because unfortunately, this isn't the government's debt, it's ours. It's divided
Absolutely.
amongst the citizens, but everybody doesn't pay taxes, so it's divided amongst the taxpayers. Okay.
The taxpayers. Yeah.
So you can study this on your own time, but I want you to know that it exists. But here's what's important to me on it. Okay. In the year 2000, 25 years ago, it was $10,000 to go to school. Now it's almost 30. Okay.
Mm.
This almost tripled, right?
Yeah.
This did triple. Healthcare was 5,000, now it's 15. Healthcare tripled, right?
Yep.
The price of
Wow.
a car more than doubled. Okay. The price of a house almost tripled. So this tripled, this tripled, this almost tripled, this almost tripled. Here's the
Wow.
problem, Axel, is we're making the same amount of money as we were 25 years ago. Okay. We're
Nothing. Yep.
making
Nothing
we're,
changed.
we're making half more than 50% more. This went up, almost 300%, almost 300%, 200 something and 200 something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so what the problem is, what's the problem? How are people living now?
They're struggling. They're struggling. Can't pay anything.
You know anybody that has any credit card debt?
I do actually have. I actually have a friend who was just in town who has credit card debt.
It's over $2 trillion in credit card debt. Okay. We don't have
Yeah.
enough money to live. People are using credit cards. They don't understand how credit works. They have no idea about look at this. The average interest rate on a credit card is 25%. Okay. The average
Weekly.
interest rate on a savings account is 0.4%. If they're paying you 0.4% on the money that you're saving and you're paying 25% on the money that you're borrowing, you're going backwards really fast. Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
Right. The rule of 72, this is how fast you're going to go backwards. Now pay attention to these interest rates. Have you ever heard of the rule of 72?
No, I haven't.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I do.
What's her name?
Zane.
Zane or Janae?
Zane.
Zane. Let's say if you and Zane had a secret, why would you call something a secret?
To not let anybody else know about it.
Because it's a secret. You don't want nobody else to know, right? So if the
Right.
banks had a secret, Axel, why would the banks call something a secret?
To not let other people outside the bank know about it.
The
Even
rule
the
of
people in the
72 is
bank.
called the banker's secret. Okay. You want to know
Right.
why you never heard of it before?
Because it's a secret.
Exactly. You want to know it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell it to you. Okay. So here's how it works. If you take any interest rate and you divide it by 72, it'll tell you how long it takes for your money to double. Okay. So if
Okay.
you have $10,000 and you put it in a bank at a savings account, in a high yield savings account at a bank that pays 3%, because those are available, even though most people put their bank and get 0%, you can go to another bank and get 3%. And if you
Yeah,
get
most people
3%,
just put it in a savings account. Not many people know about a high yield savings account.
exactly. 72 divided by 3 is 24. So in a high yield savings account, your $10,000 is going to double to 20 after 24 years. You with me?
Yep.
And then after another 24 years, your 20 will double to 40. So in a high yield savings account at a bank, your $10,000 grows to 40 over a 48-year period. Okay.
Yep.
That's just math. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I figure 3 times 2 is 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means 40 times 2 should be 80, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what happens is 72 divided by 6 is 12, and it becomes 80 here, but you get an extra doubling period, and it really becomes 160.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So double the interest, quadruple the money, right?
Right.
So I figure again, double the interest, quadruple the money, right?
Right.
But what happens again is now 72 divided by 12 is 6. So it gets quadruple the money here. I'm sorry, here, but you don't get one extra doubling period, you get two.
Wow. Yeah.
Albert Einstein says compounding interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Okay. He says those who understand it earn it, Axel, but those who don't pay it. I don't need to Google that for you. You can Google it on your own time.
Right.
Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. You travel to France, you've probably seen some of the wonders of the world in your life, right?
Some things, yeah.
You've heard of them before. The Stonehenge and the Great Wall of China. There's some crazy stuff that we can't explain. The pyramids,
Right.
eighth wonder of the world. I don't know how it works, bro, but I can know that this is how it works. All right. And those who understand it earn it, and those who don't pay it, do most people earn it or pay it?
They pay it.
Do the banks earn it or pay it?
The banks earn it.
So the only thing they taught me about money in school, Axel, is they told me put your money in the bank because the bank is what?
The bank is where they keep your money safe
Safe,
or
exactly. That's what they told me. Put your money in the bank because the bank is safe.
mhm,
And they said don't invest because investing is
not not how do I
risky.
say it?
It's risky.
Right,
It's
risky.
dangerous, right? Now, how do wealthy people get wealthy, Axel?
Invest.
So do you have any desire to be wealthy at any point in your life?
I do
So if you is it more risky for you to invest or not to?
to invest.
And do they teach you that?
They
That
don't.
not to invest is more risky than to invest for you if you want to be wealthy. If you don't want to be wealthy, put your money in the bank, keep it safe, and you can stay poor all your life, no problem.
Right.
Okay. Now, do they teach you to invest your money?
They don't.
If they did, where would you not put your money?
Not the bank.
And how do the banks make their money?
By people putting their money in the bank.
What do they do with your money?
I actually don't know.
You do know. You just don't know the answer right now. Do you have a car payment?
I don't have a car payment. No.
Do you know anybody that has one?
Yeah.
And if you get a car payment, where do you take the loan from?
The banks.
And if you want to buy a home, where do you take the loan from?
The banks.
So what do the banks do with your money?
They hold it. They provide. They try to help you.
No. If you want to get a car loan, where do you get it from?
The bank.
And if you want to buy a home, you got to get your loan from the.
Bank.
So what do the banks do with our money?
Give us money.
No, we put our money in the bank, and then what do
Borrow.
they do
We
with
let
it?
borrow money.
They loan it out.
I loan it. Yeah.
Okay. So they give you a home interest payment of 6% or a car payment of 12%. We sign a contract with the bank, Axel, that says, here's my money, keep it safe over a long period of time. I'll come back and pick it up sometime soon. Okay. And
Hmm.
then they take my money and Chris's money and your money, and then they loan it to Frank up the street, and he buys a home with it at 6%, and then he pays this interest, and now the bank makes this, or the bank makes this. And then
Yeah.
listen to this. The banks and the insurance companies, they fund our education system. Go downtown in any downtown area and look at all the biggest buildings, and it's going to be State Farm, Allstate, Farmers, Merchants, BB&T, PNC, Bank of America, Bank One, Allstate, Capital, City. Everything's owned by a bank and insurance company.
Hmm.
And they fund our education system, and they don't teach us anything about money on purpose because if they did, where would we not put our money?
The bank.
And how did they make their money? From our money.
All right.
Ain't that
Okay.
terrible?
It's awful the way it's explained that way now.
But no one who's ever going to explain it that way.
Nobody would have.
No, ever, unless you talk to somebody like me. And more, how many people need to understand this
Everybody would need to.
so they can take their money out of the
Bank, yeah.
and put it into some good
Investment
investments,
stocks, things like
right?
that.
Something where
Yeah.
they can make money. So here's why this is important to me. Okay, this is well. Here, let me finish this part real quick before I get too excited. Okay. So the banks take our money. Nobody's going to teach you this. I just told you a secret. I hope you use it for something. The number one way the banks make money is through interest income. They pay us nothing. They charge us a lot. They keep the difference. 65% of their money comes from interest, right?
Mm.
They have the banks take our money. The banks are making record profits. The insurance companies are taking that no one has life insurance. People die every day and they do a GoFundMe on social media so the neighborhood can pay for the funeral. If you just paid a little bit of money per month, you could have a good life insurance policy so that you'd be able to pass on some money to your family. In the number one kind of policy being sold right now is something called Index Universal Life Insurance. It's a big scam. Index Universal Life Insurance sucks. We help people get out of those kind of policies. Insurance companies are making record amounts of profit. If you want to retire right now, you need $1.5 million. We already showed you that. Later on in life, you're going to need $3 million because of inflation, right? If you retire at
Uh,
40 or 50, you'll need $3 million. Here's a problem with that is the average family has $95,000 right now. If you have 100 grand, how long is this going to last you in retirement? 2 years, maybe,
Two
right?
years.
Now you got to
Yeah.
go back to work. So you're not, what kind of retirement is 2 years, right? So what we believe is that most people don't have an education, they don't have a plan, and they don't have a coach,
Wow.
right?
That's yeah.
And if you had an education, a plan, and a coach, and someone helping you, what are your chances of doing better?
Like 100%, like more
Well,
than
high,
50%.
right? Because
Yeah, very high.
again, remember I showed you this. Here's your financial independence number, right? And let's recalculate this one time for you so I can show you something else. So you're 18 years old, and let's say instead of going for 25, let's just say you want to retire by 45, which is still
For
early, and you
right.
make 50 grand this year, and you're going to have $50,000 per year, and you have nothing saved right now. If you want to retire at age 45, you need $2.5 million, so you need more. But if you have it in the right investment, Axel, it's 1870 per month.
Oh wow, yeah.
Right? You have a chance to retire if you know how. Now I got good news and bad news. Which you want first?
I want the bad news.
The bad news is you need $2.5 million to retire at age 45. And in order to get there in a bad investment, in a high yield savings account, you need to be putting away 5 grand per month. And if you put your money into the market in a good investment, you need almost 2 grand per month. Okay. That's the
Wow.
bad news. Now you want the good news?
Yeah.
The good news is now you know, Axel, because 5 seconds ago you didn't know that. And you
I
never
didn't
would have knew what
know.
it took to retire. You just wanted to retire at 25 with just like everybody wants to be healthy without a game plan, without a gym membership, without any kind of eating program, and they just think they're going to trip over $1 million between here and retirement. I'm here to
Right.
tell you people don't trip over $1 million between here and retirement almost ever. That's why the people are checking your receipt at Walmart and they don't want to be, they have to be. They can't afford
Right.
to live.
Right.
Social Security ain't enough. And Social Security ain't even going to be there when it's time for you to retire.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's because Social Security said so, not me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? How's that?
That's great.
Is that good information? You feel good about it?
Oh yeah. Good information, things I didn't know.
I'll teach
Jeez.
you one more thing. You want one more good lesson?
Yeah.
Here's how our business works, okay? We allow you to build a business within a business. How do you say your name? Pine?
Yeah.
Did I
Panay.
say that right?
Panay. You were
Pine.
close.
Pine and Associates. How's that sound? They got a good
Yeah.
ring to it. You like it?
Oh, it does actually.
Pine and Associates.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds good, right? So we
Yeah.
allow you to build a business within a business. Okay. We have a parent company that has all these relationships with all these companies. If you knew finance, I don't know how much you know it, but Lincoln Financial is where the Eagles play. Okay. Invesco is where the Broncos used to play. This used to be called MetLife. It's been around 100 years. Fidelity is the fourth largest money manager in the world. Rocket Mortgage is the number one lender in the whole country. These are huge companies. Okay, when you're in this space, these names mean something to you. When you're 18 and seeing it for the first time, it's just a bunch of words. Okay, but
Right.
these
Right.
are these are big, gigantic, great, incredible companies. Okay, most of them are Fortune 500 or Fortune 1000 companies, and what that means is there's 30 million businesses in the U.S. There's like 2,500 that go to the stock market. The S&P 500 is the top 500. The Fortune 1000 is the top 1,000. These companies are all in the top 1,000 out of 30 million businesses. Okay. These are our business partners that if you work with me, you have a relationship with all these companies now. Okay.
Right.
Here's how we work. Have you ever thought about getting a real estate license?
No.
If you wanted to get a real estate license, first thing you got to do is get your license so that
Right.
you can sell houses. Okay. This broker used to have a license and he used to sell houses, but he got good at selling houses and he got sick of selling houses. So he got his broker's license so he could teach people to sell houses instead of sell houses himself.
Right.
Business owner. Got it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if the house gets sold, the agent goes and sells the house, but the broker is the one that gets paid. When a $400,000 house gets paid, the broker makes 3%. The broker makes $12,000. Okay.
Right.
The broker pays the agent half that. We call that a commission for selling the house. And then the
Right.
broker keeps the other half, and we call that an override for opening up the business.
Okay. Yeah.
Got it?
Yep.
Now the agent's in sales and the broker's in sales management, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if the agent wants to make more money, the agent has to sell more what?
House.
Exactly right. He has to sell more to make more commissions, active income, working for it, right?
Right.
But the broker doesn't have to sell houses. The broker needs to hire more agents. And then if the broker has more agents, each time their agent sells a house, the broker gets paid without working for it.
Absolutely.
So each
Yeah.
agent makes 6 grand, but the broker can make 30 grand per month, right? We got a guy coming from New York this weekend. Chris is traveling down from New York. I'm in Maryland, okay? He's traveling down from New York this week. We got a speaker coming from New Jersey who came here to America on a raft from the Dominican Republic 15 years ago. He came on a raft from the Dominican Republic 15 years ago, and he makes $1 million per year now in our business, and he's coming to teach us how he did it. $1 million a year. You know how much that is per month? It's
Let me think.
$83,000 per month.
What was that?
$83,000 per month. Per month.
83,000 every yeah, 83,000 per month.
Would you like to make $83,000 per month?
I would love to.
I would too. Guess where I'm going to be this weekend?
Where?
Sitting there taking notes off what the hell this guy did and figure out how to I can get. I want to make 83,000. I want to make 25,000 per month. That's what I want.
Hmm.
Okay, I want 25,000 per month, and I'm good with that. That's 300 grand per year. I'm okay.
Right,
Right?
right.
I'm okay. I can live an okay life. And if I can make 83,000 per month, great. And if I can only make 25, I'm okay with that too, right?
Okay. Hmm.
Fair enough.
Yep.
So as a broker, you have the opportunity to make this. What job pays $30,000 per month or 20 or 10?
Businesses.
Yeah, not very many jobs pay this much per month, okay? So if you
Right.
want to make good money and you want to retire by 25 like you said, getting a job ain't gonna get you there. I'm here to tell you.
Right.
Fair?
Hmm.
So now here's the thing. This broker, if I'm your broker and you're my agent and you're my best agent, do you want to stay an agent or would you like to be a broker?
I'd want to be a broker.
Do I want you to become a broker?
Yeah.
Do I want you to become a broker? You're
No.
my agent, and every time you sell a house, I get paid, and now you become a broker. Do I get paid when you sell a house anymore?
No.
Are you going to go move to Texas or are you going to stay where you have all your relationships in Florida?
I'd move to Texas.
No, you're going to stay in Florida where you have all your relationships and you're going to open up an office across the street from me. And now you're going to be a broker that's across the street from me and you're my competition. And Mary here is your friend. And you tell Mary she can come work for you for 55% commission instead of 50. And now Mary works for you and I'm stuck here with John who don't even know how to sell a house. And now I just lost my business because I trained you how to be a broker.
Right.
See
Okay.
the problem?
I do.
That's the problem with real estate, okay? So our business model works similar, but we fix that problem. Okay. So in our business, you got to get a license to become an agent. Okay.
Hmm.
And then you got to get other licenses to sell other products. You need to get a life insurance license first, and then you got to pass the SIE, and then you got to get a Series 6 and a 63 and a 65, and then you have the ability to sell more investments, and then you get a mortgage license, and you can sell houses. And now you become a really good agent, and you get all the licenses to be able to offer all the products. And then we help you to become a broker. Our brokers are called regional vice presidents, okay? Because the way our relationships works is it's one higher than that. And not only do we want you to become a broker, we want you to become a broker who creates other brokers. You understand?
Right.
Right? Because here, if you become a broker in my business here, you're still my business partner.
Right. Yep.
In a typical real estate agency, when you become a broker, you're not my business partner anymore. You're your own broker. You go sign a contract with the brokerage.
Right. Makes
Here, the
sense.
way the business works is we sign a contract with a bigger company that's above all of us as brokers. Okay. So this is the company, and then we have a whole bunch of brokers, and then these people build brokers. That's why they
Makes
call
sense.
this a pyramid.
Right.
But it's just business. And if anyone ever understood business, they would understand that it's a listen, if I can help you make $100,000, Axel, it's going to pay me $50,000. Okay.
Hmm.
Is that okay with you?
No.
It's not okay with you if I help you make $100,000 and the company pays you your $100,000 that you make, and then they pay me an additional 50 because I taught you how to make 100. That ain't okay with you? It ain't?
No, it would be. It would be.
If it's not okay with you, then this ain't no, you probably should go get a job. Because if you go work a job and they pay you $17 an hour, do you think the boss is making anything off you, or you think all that $17 an hour is getting, that's all you're making the company?
No, 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 no. The bot.
Sadly mistaken if that's what you think. The
Right, right.
boss
And
is
I
going to make
mean,
the difference between me and a normal company is I'm going to show you my contract and I'm going to show you your contract, and my contract is better than yours because I'm better than you,
right.
right? But if
Yeah.
you can get the same contract I got. But
Right,
because I introduced you to the business and I trained you and I taught you and I made you better, when you have the same contract as me, I'm going to get paid part of the production of your company.
Makes
because
sense.
I
Yeah.
taught you to do it. And then if you teach Chris how to make $100,000, they're going to pay you $50,000. Look at this.
No, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Watch
Yeah.
this. So here's why people say it's a pyramid. All right. Christian is my mentor. Okay. Christian introduced me to the business. All right. Well, Christian didn't really. Marcel introduced me to the business. Lynette introduced Marcel to the business. Christian introduced Lynette to the business, but Christian is the best at the business. So I learned from Christian. Okay.
Right.
And the reason Christian doesn't mind teaching me is because every time Christian taught Ace how to make $300,000 per year. Okay. This is what Ace makes. All right.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then Ace met George and Ursula, and George and Ursula built a really big business, and they make $600,000 per year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay with Ace that George and Ursula make more than them because every time George and Ursula make 600,000, Ace gets 15% of that. See, if you teach someone, you get 15% of their office.
Mm.
And if
Okay.
they teach someone, you get 10%. So Christian gets 15% of this office, 10% of this office, 8% of this office, and 6% of this office.
Oh wow.
And
Yeah.
Ace gets 15% of this office, 10% of this office, 6% of this office.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so on.
So it's okay with it. Christian doesn't, he wants me to do good because every time I do, anytime anyone on this, Christian has 33 brokers, 20 offices, and 800 agents.
Mm-hmm.
He wants I got 25 agents. I want 100 agents.
Right. Right.
Right.
Right.
I'm looking to grow my brokerage so that I want you to learn to be a broker so you can go out and do this yourself. And then you grow your business. And by you growing your business, my business grows too. And then if you
Right.
can teach someone else to grow their business, your business will grow. That's
Makes
why
sense.
Chris is on here because I want Chris to learn how to have this conversation with people because I want him to be successful.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
And if you don't understand business, then that's why I said when I talked to you the first time, I like to talk to older people who have been in corporate America and understand how much a job sucks because then they understand that young people, you guys think everything's going to be handed to you. It's all going to be easy and peaches and roses, and it's okay. Go get your teeth kicked in and then be like, damn, this ain't as easy as I thought it was going to be.
Right. Right.
Right. And so to get started with this, you got to pay for your license. It's $100 to pay for a license. Okay.
Okay.
$99 one-time payment that pays for your fingerprints, your background check, your study materials, and your first test, which is a life insurance license. Okay.
Okay.
And then it's $25 per month to be in business. And that gives you 4 landing pages, a company CRM, all the tools that you ever could need to be successful. It gives you back office QuickBooks. The company does all the medicals, all the legal work, investment platforms. There's more than you ever could possibly need. And it's only $25 per month to run your business. There's no contract. If in 6 months you say, hey, Matt, this is too hard for me, I can't do it, I need to go get a job, I'm going to say, good luck, buddy. Go ahead and you could turn off that $25 at any time. There's no contracts on it. So it's $100 to start plus $25 per month to be in business working. So it's a one.
Wow. I'm in an interview, bro. Go.
So it's
Hello?
$124 to start total. Okay. Now for the month of January, it's only 39 bucks. It's
Okay.
basically free. It's not, instead of it being $100, it's $39 and you still got to pay the $25 per month. So it's 64 bucks. You pay that, you're started. I'll get you registered for class. I'll teach you everything you want. And then what you need to do is two things. One of them is get your licenses, and two of them is get to go on some appointments. You need to set some appointments with some people that you know. People that you don't know, you can talk to strangers, friends, family, cousins, uncles, whoever you want to talk to. But I need you to get on some appointments so that I can show you how this works. And every once in a while, I'll have an appointment that I can let you listen into, like I'm letting in Chris right now. But Chris usually sets his own appointments. The reason I had Chris stay on is because he and I were studying, and I said, hey, bro, I think you should stay here and listen to this. I got an interview with the guy that's young that he reminds me a little bit of you, a little
Right.
sharp young dude that's hungry and motivated and driven. And I told him that we already had a conversation and you were late to your call, and I was angry about it, and I was honest with you and told you,
Right.
listen, normally I would never talk to someone. And so I knew that this was going to be a good conversation for him to watch because quite frankly, I don't care what you think, right? If you want to try it, I'm happy to try to train you. And if you don't, I already know that you didn't show up to your first appointment. And the reason I'm meeting with you now is because you were in France. If you were here in
Mhm.
America and you scheduled an appointment at 8 a.m. tomorrow and then you missed it, I'm not messing with you. But you're in
Right.
France and there's time zones and you were nice and you sent a message and it's okay with me. I'll give you a chance, right? And
Right.
if you
Right.
can do it, great. But you need to prove this to you more than me, right?
Right. Of course. Yeah.
So So if you want to get started, it's $64, and that's till the end of the month. At the end of the month, it's going to be 124. If you want to get started anytime between now and then, feel free. If you want to wait and think, that's what most people want to do. If you read a book called Think and Grow Rich, it says that successful people, highly successful people, they make decisions quickly and they change them slowly, if at all. Okay.
Right.
That's the highly successful people make decisions quickly and then they change them, if at all. All right.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
mediocre, normal people, what they do is they make decisions quickly. I'm sorry, they make decisions slowly and then they change them almost immediately.
Right.
Okay, so
Okay.
everybody wants to think about it for a long time, and thinking about it's going to get you where. If you want to think about going to the gym, how healthy you going to get?
Know how they're all you're gonna move.
If you go to the gym, are you going to get healthy?
Yeah.
Most likely, you got a high likely. If you go to the gym every day, even if you just go to the gym every day, and if you're just going to go stand around at the gym every day, you're crazy.
Right.
Right? But maybe you should just walk to the gym and then walk back home, and that would be better than not going at all or thinking about going.
Right.
Right?
Right. You still get some exercise.
You'll get something out of it, right?
Right.
So I'm looking for people that want to change their life, that want to take that at least want to learn about money. Worst case scenario, I mean, did you take any college courses?
I did. Yeah, I did my first semester. I'm going into my second right now.
And how much has one college course cost you?
I believe 10,000.
And how much did I charge you for this lesson today?
Zero.
And how much did you learn based on how much you learned in all of your college courses last semester?
Uh, More than 6 months in a semester could have taught
Did you
me.
learn more today than you learned all of last semester?
I did, yeah.
Would you say it's worth $64 to continue to learn more?
I'd say it would be worth it. I mean, the only thing that would stop me is the fact that, well, yes, I want to think about it a little bit just to be firm on it, and also just
Think
money in
about it all
general.
you want to, and when you're finished thinking and you decide you want to move on it, let me know. And if you don't want to move on it, good luck in whatever else you think about.
Yeah, yeah,
Is that fair?
yeah, it is fair.
Cool. Any questions for me?
No, everything was straightforward beyond everything I could have thought about. I mean,
Pretty valuable information, huh?
yeah, and I appreciate everything.
If you have any chance whatsoever to afford a flight to Maryland for Friday and Saturday, it'll be life changing. And flights are
No.
cheap. What part of Florida are you in?
Ah, all right, like Daytona area,
So Orlando Airport.
closer to there.
It's Orlando Airport. Frontier and Spirit have cheap flights out of there. Flying there's three airports out here. You can fly for less than $100 round trip.
Yeah,
Probably about $100 round trip.
yeah, I'd have to check that. Yeah,
If you think about that you'd like to do this and you decide that you do want to do that, today's Tuesday, so you're running out of time to get a flight. But I don't care if you get a flight or not. I'm just telling you for your well-being. I'm gonna be there. Chris is coming from New York to be there. It's gonna be 500-600 people there, and this is gonna be some of the greatest information ever. This guy Henry is an incredible, and he and his wife. They're the number one company. They're the number one brokerage in our whole company right now. It's gonna be incredible, invaluable. The guy came here on a raft, bro. That doesn't say enough. Then
yeah, that is crazy.
and he's telling his story of what he did and how he did it. So he'll
Yeah,
be here. I'll be there. If you want to be there, be there. If you don't want to be there, that's okay. If you do, think about what you need to. You got my phone number still saved?
I believe so. What was it?
Yeah, you here, I'll send you a text message right quick so I have yours too.
I think it was like a 303 number.
Uh over 301. 303 is Colorado. That's where I'm from though. That's funny you said that.
Oh yeah, 301. Yeah, I do see it.
301-639-9153 or 301-500-7744.
That's what I have.
Yeah, you can save that. Send me a text message with your name on there, please.
Matthew, right?
Yep.
Did you get that?
Uh, Sorry, just trying to catch up. Yep, I got you. Perfect.
Okay.
Yep, I got you. Give me a call back later this week. tell me what you come up with. You have till the end of the month. It's only $64. At the end of the month, it'll be 124. I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. So if this is something you decide you want to do, you want to get licensed, you want to learn more, you want to even if you just want to plug in and learn some, I can we can talk about that. But you get back with me. My point of today is to share a whole bunch of information with you, and now you're just you're it's up to you to make a decision.